Good afternoon, United Church of Christ. This is Reverend Sean, and I'm here at the parsonage. I wanted to tell you all that I did today. It's actually Wednesday. It's not Friday, but I was just so inspired by what I saw at church today. You might hear Max yelling in the background, but it was kind of cool the way it all played out because, I was planning on going to visit the mission trip kids and all the adults over there today with Abram, and I did that, and it was so nice to see all the stuff they're doing and all the community that they're building together. These are this is the time where kids can establish those strong connections with one another, and it's often a shared experience that does that work. As you all know, there's a history of mission trips here at the church, and I think last year we had about 20, and I heard about this year we had 40 people participating, which is just, it just shows you if we move in a certain direction, God will move with us. But if we stay stuck and just sit there complaining like a lot of people do about church, how come nobody comes? You got to build something, and people will come to it. And it's going to take a little bit, but we've already seen so much progress, more progress than to be honest, than I expected, because this is a long haul, there's signs of life everywhere. Then I went to the church, and Bruce was there. The parlor's already been demoed. The preschool is being demoed. You got the second floor, the classroom extensions, so that we can expand the preschool, are also getting done. I saw Allison and Ashley getting flooring for the upstairs. We're gonna have beautiful floors. It's gonna be amazing, and it's funny because Reverend Susan Murtha had stopped by because she wanted to park at the church. And of course, clergy, that's one of the tricks about clergy. We can park wherever we want because there's always a church in every town. So we just call and check. But it was so cool to, she was kind of like the springboard for, hey, let's go in this direction. We're all stuck. And to just walk around and show her that it's possible. In seminary, I was always the guy who took the theory and put it into practice. And it even shocked the theorists. Because you can talk and talk about change, but doing it is a whole other ball game. And it's hard work, it's labor intensive, it's a long haul mindset. And it's also this mindset. And I shared this with Doug, and he was so moved by it that it moved me again, even though I brought the quote to his attention. I said, Doug, I read this quote about planting trees that you will never sit under its shade. And I know a lot of you guys grew up at the church, or you raised your kids there. So in some ways, we have received the shade. But there's this window of time where all of our kids where a lot of kids went away, and, culture was changing, COVID hit, all of this stuff kind of woke everybody up and said, hey, this thing that we have, this awesome kind of passing on the shade to the next generation, it's going to go away if we don't really make an effort to breathe new life into it. And that's where we're at. The baton has landed in our hands just at the time for rebuilding and reimagining church. And I look at church on a large scale, but before we can do anything on a large scale, we have to do it first at a small scale. And what I'm hoping is that at the end of all of this, we're going to sit back and go, wow, that was crazy hard, almost impossible, and I can't believe we did it. Whenever I listen to successful people, that's always the story. We tried to shoot for the moon. We tried to shoot for the stars, and we landed on the moon. That's not a bad outcome. So church, I just want to, if you look at our Facebook, I'm often posting. I know that some of us only come once a week, but to see the life that's happening. And church is a whole different ballgame. We got to work outside of people's schedules. We got to, it's a group effort. And the fact that we're doing it here in Southbury is so inspiring. I'm actually sharing because I like to go look at our Facebook page whenever I'm doubting. I doubt too. I struggle too. I get nervous too. I get anxious too. I'm aware of all of the things that we're doing, but you don't get a great reward without being brave and courageous. And I just think of Joshua 1, when Moses was dying, when their pastor was going away, there was this fear, who's going to continue leading us? And Joshua came out, and Joshua was really scared to lead. In fact, he thought everybody was going to kill him, because how does he live up to Moses? And the instructions from God to Moses were this, to Joshua were this: Joshua, I need you to be bold and courageous. I need you to go forward like a horse who has blinders on the side. It says, do not look to the right or to the left, but meditate on the Lord day and night, and you will be prosperous in all that you do. So that's what I have to do. I have to keep looking at the vision and the goal to where we're going. And what we all need to do is believe in God that he will deliver, and open our eyes a little wider, because there's a lot of good stuff that wasn't happening before, stuff that points to new life. Thank you, church, for all your support. I know every time we pass a basket around, every time we ask for volunteers, every time we need something, you all are always there to step up. I can't do this on my own. God cannot even do it on his own. We work as a team together. So thank you. Thank you for not being like the Mets, although the Mets kind of had a good win streak. Thank you for being consistent in your support for all the great things we're doing for God and his kingdom. Be blessed this week and have a great weekend.